Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I want to talk about something that has completely changed the way I move through life. Not perfectly, not overnight, and definitely not without a lot of trial and error. Actually, a ridiculous amount of trial and error. I want to talk about mindfulness. Now, before you roll your eyes and picture somebody sitting cross-legged on a mountain chanting Om while burning incense, stay with me. I'm talking about that moment when somebody cuts you off in traffic. When your kid asks the same question for the 15th time in 2 minutes, and they're somehow standing 3 inches from your face while doing it. Parents, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Or your spouse says something completely innocent and somehow your brain translates it into, I'm gonna kill you. Not literally, guys. But why are we like this? Well, the dragon section. For me, mindfulness often starts in my body. I feel it in my stomach, like that roller coaster drop feeling, that knot, like the tension. And I used to think that anger came out of nowhere. Like 1 second I was fine, and the next second I was breathing fire, like a dragon. But now I'm realizing anger whispers before it screams. My body tells me long before my mouth does. And trust me, that's a very good thing because my mouth has gotten me into trouble before. Yes. Um, so neuroplasticity. Big word. I learned something that blew my mind. Like honestly blew it. And it's neuroplasticity. Our brains can actually change. Not metaphorically, not spiritually, not in some self-help guru type of way, but physically, scientifically. Our brains can literally rewire themselves. How cool is that? I spent years thinking, well, this is just who I am. I'm anxious, I'm impatient, I'm reactive. But what if those aren't permanent traits? Like, what if they're patterns? Because patterns can change. Maybe you're listening right now and you're exhausted. Maybe you've tried therapy. Maybe you've read the books. Maybe you've listened to the podcasts. Maybe you've spent way too much money on Amazon trying to fix yourself. I've been there. And maybe you're wondering, is this ever going to get better? I want you to hear this part. Yes, it can. Not overnight, not next Tuesday. There's no magic button, unfortunately. But yes, the brain can change. You can change. People think transformations come from some giant breakthrough. Sometimes it does. But more often, it comes from tiny moments. One breath, one pause, one moment where you could catch yourself before reacting. One moment where you choose curiosity instead of anger. One moment where you give yourself grace. And another, and then another, and another. Until one day you realize you're handling situations that would have completely knocked you over 6 months ago. And that's when you realize the work is working. And not because your life suddenly became perfect. Not because all your problems disappeared. Not because somebody pushes your buttons anymore. Trust me, people will still push your buttons. Your kids will still have meltdowns. Traffic will still exist. The internet will still be the internet. And something inside of you starts to change. Well, something inside of you starts to change. You begin to trust yourself. You begin to realize that you don't have to be controlled by every thought that enters your mind. You don't have to believe every fear. You don't have to react to every emotion. You can feel it. You can notice it, acknowledge it, but you can choose what happens next. And honestly, I think that's one of the most empowering things we can learn as human beings. Not control over other people, not control over our life, but learning how to respond to ourselves with awareness, compassion, and intention. So if you're struggling right now, if you're overwhelmed, you're anxious, frustrated, you feel like you hit your limit, I just want you to know that you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not stuck. The brain can change. Patterns can change. Habits can change. You can change. One moment, one breath, one pause at a time. Keep showing up for yourself. Keep being curious. Keep practicing and learning. And please, give yourself a little grace along the way, because none of us are getting this right all of the time. We're all learning as we go. And maybe that's the whole point. Not perfection, just progress. And becoming somebody else, or not becoming somebody else, but becoming a little more aware of who you've been all along. So thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you, or I'd love for you to share it with somebody who might need to hear it. And until next time, take a deep breath, be kind to yourself, stay present, and remember, you don't have to figure it all out today. Just this moment. And remember, guys, you got this.